Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's weekly market update for the week of March 20th, 2017. Now, this week we're looking at the Metro Vancouver regional map, and we're going to look at how long it's taken to sell properties in the various neighborhoods. It's happening quite quickly, and of those properties, we'll look at how many are selling under versus over asking and by how much. So that and more coming up right next. So here we are in the first week of spring. It's finally arrived. The weather is starting to feel a lot more like it, and it's clearly also arrived in the real estate market as well. So let's jump right into the numbers right away here. So far this month, we've seen 289 condos list on the market, with 231 of those condos selling, leading us to an overall listing count of 655 condos on the market. So that number is staying quite consistent with what it's been over the last couple of months. We're really not seeing much more listings coming on the market as they typically would be happening in spring. What we are seeing in terms of the spring market is that listings are selling quite quickly. And so that's what we're going to look at today, is primarily focusing on how long it's taken to sell listings. And right now on your screen, you've got the Metro Vancouver regional map showing you the median days on market. Now, median, a little math lesson right here. There's two math lessons today. The median number is just the center number of all the data points. And what we can see is that on the west side of Vancouver, we're 8 days in the market. That's faster. So all the blue regions are faster than what they were at the end of last month in February. East side and North Vancouver are neutral, so there was no change. New West actually rose by 1 day, but overall, it seems like the market is accelerating in terms of how quickly properties are turning over and selling. Now, the second math lesson today, that's of course looking at the average numbers. So we use the average numbers to look at the course of 1 year what happened. It's just an easier number to work with. That's basically taking all the listings, dividing them by how many listings there are, and seeing how long it took to sell properties on average. So we've got 18 days on market right now as the average number, and that's quite comparable to what it was last spring all the way up until August. August, as we recall, is when we had some major political and policy changes in the real estate market that created some uncertainty. That did slow down the market, and what happens when it slows down is that properties take longer to sell. So at the height of which, that's the red region on this graph right here, we can see it actually took 34 days on market to sell in December and even January of this year. It's only the last about 45 days or so where we saw this massive acceleration. So you can see the graph dropping all the way down to back to 18 days on market. And it seems like that's been going on quite steadily over the last 45 days as well. So certainly we're noticing a massive change in consumer demand in our market for condos specifically. Now, if we look at how many of those condos are selling at versus above asking, we can see that most properties are actually selling at or above asking rather. So looking at this chart right here, we're basically just showing as a percentage of the listing price how much properties are selling for. And there were essentially 0 properties that sold for a 20% discount or more. There was 1 property on the west side of Vancouver for condos that sold between 81 and 90% of the asking price. 50 properties, so the biggest single chunk of properties, sold for 91 to 99% of the asking price. Only 7 properties sold for exactly the sticker price, the listing price. 43 sold for up to 10% above asking. 16 up to 11 to 20% above asking, and again 0 for 20% or more of asking price. Now, if we add all those numbers up, what we can see is that actually the majority of sales are happening at or above asking. This is of the data that's available so far this month on the MLS system. We can see that 51 properties sold under asking, 76 at or above. So it's very important when you're going out into the marketplace to sell a property, to price a property correctly so we can get this kind of activity on it. Likewise, if you are buying a property and you're competing against other buyers, it's really, really important to craft a strong offer so that you can get into the marketplace, get into the property. Now, although we're talking about prices here, it's not always just the price that's the winning deciding factor when you're competing in a property. There's lots of other factors that get involved, such as what type of contingencies, clauses, and conditions you might have on your offer, how your offer is prepared and crafted, how it's presented. So if you are thinking of participating in this market, whether you're buying or selling, I'd be happy to assist in any way that I can. You can call or text me the number right below. And of course, if you like these videos, we do post here every single week, so I hope you like this Facebook page. Until this time next week, have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.